Well, here we are again. I am Facundo Avila. I am making movie reviews, and now I'm going to review King's Speech. Spoilers, of course, as always. I shouldn't even be saying this stuff right now. Alright, first comment on the King's Speech is it did not deserve it so many Oscars. It's a good movie, don't get me wrong. It's a really good movie, a really enjoyable movie. I really enjoyed this movie, I enjoyed to watch it. I feel glad I spent money for watch this movie. I'm glad I wasted my time to watch this movie. I'm really glad I watched this movie, but it didn't deserve all the Oscars it won. It totally didn't, at any circumstance. Not because it was bad, but because there were better and more fitting movies. I'm going to do a little I'm gonna detour a little bit. I'm making a side comment about the Oscars. Best original script, Inception. From any conceivable point of view, Inception is the best script I ever say, and it won this script. Best actor, Franco from 127 Hours. Again, I'm so pissed about that. I mean, yeah, Colin Firth can make a guy who hesitates when he speaks out. Should Franco lead a fucking movie by himself? Franco, he managed to make a movie about one single guy for 2 hours in a small space. I wanted to keep watching. It kept me interesting about this single guy. He has the entire weight of the movie on his shoulders, and he can carry on with it. Give this guy a fucking prize. He did totally deserve the Oscar. And well, alright, probably it deserved best movie, The King's Speech, but it did not deserve all the other Oscars it won. It didn't. It is not that good of a movie. It really is not. It really doesn't. Alright, getting back to The King's Speech. I really liked it. Of course, I like the teacher. Oh, what a good character. The guy is a really good actor. I think, in fact, I think the guy who makes the teacher will deserve more the award. But I think he was more like a side character, not the protagonist. So yeah. But if you can nominate Helena Bonham Carter for being best actresses for her role as the wife, you can really nominate the guy who made the teacher. Anyway, I really like how it really feels like those are real events, because they are real events, but sometimes movie based on real events, yeah, they kind of twist it a little bit to make it more dramatic, like in The Social Network. But no, here you can really feel, yes, this is what happened. This is pretty much how reality works. I like how they put so many emphasis in voices. Of course, they gonna do that, but I really like, because I did not see that much in movies. There are not a lot of movies to talk about talking. That's really interesting. There is not a lot of movie who talks about how complex and how meaningful is the act of speak, how powerful it is, how much it means, and that really was well addressed here. Colin Firth made a really good interpretation. Although I already see this. I already see a guy interpreting a guy with a speech impediment. It was a movie, I don't know the name or the name of the actor, shame on me, about a guy who had Tourette syndrome, and the guy made it far more better than Colin fucking Firth. I mean, not really. I mean, the guy that I watched in the other movie, I really want to know how that was. It was about a teacher, about a about a primary school teacher with Tourette syndrome, but despite his Tourette syndrome, he overcomes it and becomes a teacher. And he made far more better than Colin Firth because yeah, Colin Firth, it didn't feel like he really had a speech impediment. He just felt like he was nervous. I mean, it just felt like he was hesitating, not like he really had this real speech impediment. It didn't really feel. It's not that it didn't feel authentical. It didn't feel correct. It felt like he didn't really had. It felt like he had other kind of trouble, not that particular trouble. The actors in this movie are really good. I especially love the previous king, the father of the protagonist, Dumbledore. No. Sorry. Immaturity. No, but I really like that Dumbledore made the king. I realized what a great voice that old guy has. I mean, I didn't realize in the Harry Potter movies. Anyway, the brother was magnificent. I think the brother was the character I liked the most. And you know what? I know it's supposed to be considered as kind of like the jerk, like the jerk, the guy who hangs out with married women. Oh, he does not deserve. He's the king. What is he doing? Fuck you. If the guy is in love with that freaking woman, he can marry that freaking woman. I was actually encouraging for the brother, for God's sake. And I mean, the guy. Oh, I feel bad for the brother. I like the brother. I wanted the brother to succeed. Yeah, he was kind of a jerk, but he wasn't that despicable of a jerk. He didn't really want to be the king. He's not like he's mean or bad. He just want to have his independent life. But I mean, I think the movie should be about the brother. I mean, there were these two movies mixed up together. The story about the Colin Firth character and the brother. I mean, and the brother has so more material for a movie. I mean, a guy who is in love with this girl in this conservatory England, and he's supposed to be the king, but he doesn't want to be the king, and all that stuff mixed up together. I mean, that's interesting. That's material for a movie. That will be a movie I would like to win the Oscar, not a guy with a speech impediment. I mean, and the other thing is that this guy acted like he was so miserable in his position, like all the bad things happened to him. You're the fucking king of England, come on. It's not like, oh yeah, you have to give, alright, yeah. It is a huge responsibility, it is a big thing, but come on, that's not really drama. You are the fucking king of England, you are taking showers in gold. I mean, give me a break. It's not really to be concerned about. I don't know. I'm probably talking from my position as in this Latin American country, but I don't really think that the problems of a king are something that fascinating to know. I mean, those are the kind of concerns you have when you were 5 years old and you read, I don't know, Snow White and those kind of stories. Yeah, you want them to be the king, but nowadays, as a grown adult, and this is a supposedly adult movie, I can really find all that fascinating to see. This movie, other thing I noticed, this movie I don't think was really intended to be what it was. I mean, I think this movie was pretty much made for the England guys. This movie was made for England. It makes a lot of England references. Really English, this movie. You can really sense this movie is really English. What else? Oh, one other note about the characters. I like that there is no real mean guy in this movie. I like that there is no real villain. Like, you always have, I don't know, like this aristocrat who is, oh, but you must do this because it's your duty, and the protagonist is like, you're a jerk, and it goes like that. No, I was actually kind of afraid they were going to do that with the religious guy, archbishop, whatever, this old guy who was some religious guy who was like the right hand of the king. I was really afraid that they were going down that path, like the church guy was going to meddle, like I don't know, put hard the things for the characters. He kind of does, but not like in that overused way. No, he just, I mean, when the king says, I want this guy to be my teacher, I want this guy because I am the king and I say so, the church guy says, alright, you're a king and I'm not really agree with this, but I'm gonna do what you say because you're my superior, and that's actually good. Churchill, I don't know. I've seen some pictures of Churchill, and the guy who interpreted Churchill here does not look at all like Churchill. I don't know how Churchill acted. It was kind of funny actually. I actually liked it. I liked how they take advantage that this is going on World War II, but without going way too deep into it. I mean, yeah, they talk about Hitler one or two times, they talk about war a lot of times, but it's not like, oh, Germany, the Nazis, oh my god. They didn't look like that, and I actually liked that. That was really well handled. Even in fact, they kind of mock about that. They show this video about Hitler, this old movie about Hitler giving a speech, and the protagonist realizing, wow, this guy is far more better than me at giving speeches. I actually really like that. I like the English humor this movie possesses. I like the humor, the timing. I like when, for example, Colin Firth, he's like in the church, they tell him that the guy is not a real teacher, he's just an actor, and he's like looking at the distance and acting like, oh, you betray me, and then he turns back and the guy's sitting in the fucking throne. He's like, oh, you betray me. He flips around and there's the guy sitting like hanging out in the chair. What's up, dude? That was hilarious. That was just, oh, I love that. I really love that. Besides that, I don't know what else to say about this movie. Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter, as always, a great actress. I like how well they put the fact that he's like, how was the uses on those times, how were supposed the behaviors of those social stratus, how he felt so many tension, pressure from the people surrounding. That was really well handled. I love, of course, the shooting, the photography, all that stuff is beautiful. In any technical level, it's really well done. It's beautiful. What else? There was something else. I like how it flows, the story, because it's not like as any good real life movie, adapted from real event movie. It's not like it's how I like that the plot doesn't seem forced. It doesn't seem as any real life event. It just flowed in a natural way. It all was cause consequence. It all developed in a natural, organic way. It felt real. It didn't feel like incaused, like forced in this direction, in this interpretation, and in this unique point of view of the movie. No, of the events. No, it felt like that's how things went, and that's how things went. Anyway, one last comment is the fact the brother. Oh my god, the brother. About the last thing I want to say about the brother is the fact that he has the best first scene, one of the best first scenes I've seen. Coming in an airplane. I mean, showing in an airplane like you're just, yeah, you can show in a bike, you can appear in a big car and go down the car and say, hey, sup, but an airplane, how many people can just like show up in an airplane like there was just, oh, I was passing by, I want to stop and say hi. No, that was awesome. There is not many people who can say that, make that and just pull it off. And he's just like, It came this huge, large scene of landing of the plane, and then the brother comes down and it's like, how you doing? How much time without seeing you? That was really good. That was really good. So yeah, I really like the movie. I won't mind to watch it again. I really happy to. I spent my money on this movie. I'm really happy to watch it, but once again, it didn't deserve all those Oscars. I'm not saying this. I'm remarking this over and over for the fact that I hated this movie. When I find out that this movie won all the Oscars, all of them, Homestuck reference. When I hear that it won all those Oscars and all the movies I liked, that I watched, that I thought that were the greatest movie I ever seen, won none. Like none. Christopher Nolan will deserve Best Director too, not only Best Script, Best Director, for God's sake. They should even make a new category for the Oscars. Best Christopher Nolan, like that. Best Christopher. The award for the best Christopher Nolan goes to, oh, what a surprise, Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan is one of the greatest directors of our era, and that's just about it. Anyway, I was really angry at this movie. I really didn't want to see it. Every time I hear about this movie, I was like, ugh, the King's Speech. He spit in your face. And well, I didn't have anything to rent in the DVD store, so I was like, all right, let's give a try at this. I'm gonna eat all my pride, and I'm just gonna watch this movie and see if it did deserve all these Oscars or it didn't. And it didn't. It did not. It probably deserved best movie, but nothing else, because all of the other movies surprised it by far. Well, that's pretty much everything. If you agree with me, if you don't, share your opinions. I'm always eager to know what you think about movies. I want to share my taste about movies with other people. So, see you later. Bye. Flowing a forced plot. It's not like, remember,